for the first time. Oh God, this is the thing I was talking about in my TIFF review. This is the exact same thing. You don't have to show it. You don't have to show it. Look, he's not putting any pressure on his neck. This is my pet peeve. I hate it. There's no reason, absolutely no reason why this has to happen. This is like fucking uploading your trailer in 1080p when it's edited in 6K. You can just do not that and it looks better. What are you doing? Don't show it. Or look, this angle, you can do that. It's still implying that he's being choked. You don't have to show the hands on his neck or build a prosthetic or just don't show it. Crop it. It doesn't make any sense. It's fake! It's fake! Why is this something that people, like, are fine with? Every fucking movie does this. Why is this something that people are okay with? Seriously! Like, imagine any other thing, any other, like, physical trope that exists in films. Imagine any other scenario where, for some reason, it's just a norm that we're supposed to believe something other than what they're explicitly showing. The implication and what we're supposed to believe is that they're being choked, but they're not showing someone being choked. Because placing your fingers on someone's throat is not choking them. That's touching their skin. You're not showing someone being choked, right? Imagine any other scenario where it's just like normal that people are supposed to believe that. Imagine if it were a common trope in movies to like, for people to, like the implied belief, what we're supposed to believe is that someone's throwing up, but instead they just go, they spit in their hand. But in the movie, somehow we're supposed to believe like, oh, they're throwing up. And later they're like, yeah, remember when I was throwing up? Remember when I was vomiting? Remember when I was projectile vomiting? But every time in a movie, they just show it, they're like, and every single movie does this for some reason. And I'm like, well, why are they showing? Why is it that the implication is something that they're not showing, and they're just they're showing something entirely different, right? Like, what could you imagine? Could you imagine if every time in a movie, 9,999 times out of 10,000 movies that you see, in an instance where someone's supposed to be like punched in the face, rather than cheating it, rather than not showing it, rather than doing it from a certain angle, doing some sort of cut or prosthetic, imagine if in 9,999 movies out of 10,000 movies, they just went, they just touched their skin. And you were supposed to, and apparently just people believe it, and nobody has a problem with it. Nobody has a problem with it. And it's a weird thing for me to obsess over. And it only bothers me. And for some reason, people just don't understand what it looks like when you're actually being choked, even though other movies have shown it successfully. Would it not be fucking weird? Would you not lose your mind and feel like you're fucking crazy? That everybody else on the planet is just like not bothered by this? Like what? It seems unreasonable. Could you imagine? If the standard for movies, like every time someone gets punched in a movie, instead of going like, "Pooh," they just go like, and everybody's just okay with it, and the only reason people are okay with it is because it happens in 9,999 movies out of 10,000, and that's the only reason people are okay with it. I'm a huge proponent of the idea that a lot of things that people think are okay are only just because they're normalized. And if you remove these things from the concept of just like, oh, you're used to it, you start to realize just how fucking weird and dumb and stupid these things are.